Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Spear. I'm Yasmin Abdi.
And I'm Ryan Carlson.
Breaking news. A lawsuit has been filed by former San Jose State men's basketball player Gary Williams Jr. against two head coaches. Kiana Hugigi with the story.
San Jose State Athletics was hit with some pretty surprising news this morning as ex-basketball player Gary Williams Jr. filed a lawsuit against ex-head coach Dave Wojcik and ex-assistant coach Tyler Ojanen. The lawsuit claims that both coaches made discriminatory and homophobic remarks. Wojcik resigned from the team this summer after claiming personal reasons, while Ojanen was not asked back to the team after new head coach Gene Perlow hired a completely new coaching staff. Neither Williams nor the team have responded to these allegations. When more information is available, we will make it available to you. Reporting for The Spear at the Event Center, Keanu Igigi.
Thanks, Keanu. We will look at highlights from some of last weekend's home games, including SJSU football, men's soccer, SJSU hockey, and the tennis tournament, Battle in the Bay.
Also, we have another edition of Rapid Fire Questions with Spartan athletes and an interview with the man, the myth, the legend, Crazy George. Also, find out how tailgates affect football games. Jose Trujillo, Mohamed Bafiki, and Keanu Hugigi sat down and dissected SJSU football's disappointing loss against Utah State in our weekly podcast.
Hi, welcome to another edition of the Spear Vodcast. My name is Mohamed Bafiki, and I have Keanu Hugigi here and Jose Trujillo. And today we'll talk about San Jose State's 61-10 loss to the Utah State Aggies. It wasn't a good start at all, and it wasn't a good finish either. And Keanu, offensively, what'd you see from Josh Love, who went 8 for 20, 54 yards, and 1 interception?
I saw nothing. It was a terrible performance. It was pathetic. His total QBR was 4.1, and you're not going to win many games when your offense passes for 54 yards, simply put.
Absolutely, and he was able to get Trey Hartley involved early on, but forced another 3 and out, and the next possession was a fumble after Utah State threw an interception on the first possession. And Kent Myers came into the game throwing 5 coming in, and he threw the first one on the first possession. Jose, what'd you see from the defense, who was on the field often?
Yeah, they played their hearts out. They were tired. They were on the field a lot. Our offense couldn't move the ball, so obviously the defense was struggling by the fourth quarter to just keep up with their offense. And there was Frank Inda had a good game again. You know, he's doing what he does, 19 tackles. But other than that, there was really not too much. We couldn't stop the run. They were passing on us.
And Ethan Aguayo also is among the leaders in tackles in the nation. And Jermaine Kelly had a great game. Pick 6, and he also had a fumble recovery. And Andre Chachere also had an interception early on in the game. So there's some bright spots in the defense. But moving forward, where do you think that next man has to step up? Is it going to be Jermaine Kelly? Is it Andre Chachere? Is it the front line?
It's going to start with the offense. They're running this hurry-up offense, very quick snaps, no huddle, but they're going 3 and out. And the defense does not have enough time to rest, get back on the field, and play their hearts out because they're just exhausted from this offense consistently going 3 and out. So what they have to do is they have to figure out their identity. Coach Brennan, is it going to be an offensive team? Is it going to be a defensive team? Are we going to stop making these mistakes? It's time to figure out who this team is because we're going into our 6th game of the season, and this team has no idea who they are.
And it doesn't get much easier as they'll travel to UNLV and they'll face junior Lexington Thomas, who alone has 7 rushing touchdowns, and San Jose State has only 1 rushing touchdown as a team. Jose, moving forward, what do you expect from the team as they go on the road to continue conference play?
Yeah, first of all, I'm expecting them to compete much better. It's okay getting blown out by these Power 5 conference schools, but Utah State, there's no excuse for that. I really want to see if the San Jose State football team, are you guys going to come out with some fight? Are you going to come out ready to play and look like you guys came prepared, because it hasn't happened this season.
Thank you for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Men's soccer faced off against San Diego, hoping to end their 3-game losing streak. George Damos has more.
The 2-5 men's soccer team took the field on Sunday against 4-3-1 San Diego State, not knowing they were going to be in for a nail-biter. Here in just the 3rd minute of the game, San Diego's Miguel Berry makes a nice pass to set up Freddie Polzer for the first and only goal of the game. San Diego tried to add another goal to their tally, but thanks to some great goaltending from David Herrera and the brick wall defense, San Diego is denied. In the 7th minute of the game, it looks as though the Spartans are going to put one in the back of the net from a corner kick. Unfortunately for them, San Diego's defense used their heads to fight off the what would be goal. With grace and ease, the forwards play a little game of keep away with the San Diego defense. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite finish off the beautiful attacking chance. In the 42nd minute, the Spartans are still on the hunt for a goal. Fortunately for San Diego's defense, thanks to some fancy footwork and a botched pass, their job gets a little bit easier. Late into the second half, a foot race is on to see who's going to get the ball. Sadly, Josiah Benjamin takes a nasty fall. A few minutes later, and some helping hands from his team, he's back up on his feet and ready for more. With the final whistle blown, the Spartans are handed another loss. Their record is now 2-6.
San Jose State hockey played their home opener against Boise State, looking to continue where they left off last season. Caleb Boardman has more.
San Jose State hockey faced off against Boise State on Friday for their home opener. It was the first of 2 games the teams had that weekend against each other. The Spartans started strong in the first period by spending a large amount of time on offense. However, they could not seem to find the back of the other team's net. The Broncos were a worthy opponent by forcing the puck back and forth between zones often and getting multiple shots on goal. Both teams were trying hard to be the first on the scoreboard. The first goal came late in the first period when SJSU freshman defenseman Ryan Ellis was left open and received a pass from the side of the net. His top-shelf score sent the home crowd wild. The second period, however, was not as memorable for the Spartans. The Broncos came back with an early score to tie up the game. From there, the team struggled to get the puck down the ice and even get a shot on goal. The team was also faced with multiple penalties, giving Boise State plenty of power play time. Midway through the second period, Ryan Ellis received a 10-minute penalty for game misconduct, leaving the team down their only scorer for half of the period. Boise State took advantage of this and scored another goal to take the lead. The third period was not any better for the Spartans. The team struggled to keep the puck out of their zone and played a more defensive game. Even after the Broncos received a 5-minute major in the third period, the Spartans could not capitalize on this power play and even let in a shorthanded goal. The Spartans eventually ended up falling to the Broncos 4-1.
The tennis team played in the Battle in the Bay tournament. James Kim has more.
The Spartans tennis team competed in the Battle of the Bay tournament last weekend. The doubles pairing of freshman Julie Varike and Tamara Kulibrich lost the initial round but would later win a consolation match. Although they were eventually defeated by the first and second seeded players in the tournament, the singles entrants, Kulibrich and freshman Laura Malser, won their first round matches. Malser won the match against USF's Hannah Borgeson by winning the first set with a score of 6-0, losing the second set, and then winning 5 straight games in the third set to break the tie.
Overall, I think it was a pretty good start to the season. In my first singles round, I got through it pretty quickly, and then second round, I played the number 1 seed. She's a very strong and challenging player, so I had some trouble playing her, and it was a tough loss, but I think I played pretty well. And then since it was Laura and Julie's first tournament, I think it was a good opportunity to see how they play and how they played under pressure. Both of them getting their first wins at the tournament, and that's about it.
On this week's segment of Rapid Fire Questions, Caleb Boardman talked with John Rivard and Eddie Berlin from SJSU Hockey.
Yeah, I do.
I love pineapple on pizza. Probably flying. Flying would be pretty cool. We travel around and stuff.
I'd probably go with like super like flexibility, like stretchiness, make it easier to stop pucks.
I don't got much. I mean, I eat spaghetti pretty much every game day before the game, and then just come do some stretches and just get ready.
I always do some stick handling in the kitchen if I can. I get my stick and I just puck handle her a little bit in the kitchen before.
Ooh, away city. I mean, LA is always fun, I guess, right?
LA is always
a good little road trip going down there.
Personally, I like going to Boise. I think it's fun. I got some family up there and we get to play in a real big stadium, so that's always fun.
You think Santa Clara?
I'd say Santa Clara is our biggest rival.
San Diego.
But San Diego always puts a good run for our money.
Ottawa Senators, for sure.
I love the Sharks. Die hard.
Mark Mathot, for sure. Greatest player in the NHL.
For me, it'd be Martin Jones. He's a great goalie.
I don't have much. I'm pretty calm up there.
He's not used to scoring out there, huh, John?
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't got much, and obviously he doesn't either.
Yeah, I don't score too many goals either, but I definitely just like selling with the boys for sure.
Yeah, just never skate by the bench, give high fives and stuff. Game memory.
For me, it'd probably be just this last game we had in Tahoe for the regional tournament we were at, and our captain, he scored a hat trick, and it was just a super special way to end our season.
Yeah, I'd say for me, probably a couple of years ago when I was at national championships and I got a hat trick myself in one of the games. That was probably my favorite memory.
How much does having a tailgate influence students' attendance at football games? Janae Mims asked around campus to find out.
I would probably say I wouldn't go just because in the past I actually have never gone to a football game without going to the tailgate.
Honestly, probably not. I mean, probably not, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a place to have fun, so.
No.
No.
Yes. Personally, I love the game of football, so that brings me to it. Plus just the vibe of being with friends and cheering for your school.
It's part of the football culture.
Yeah, like for students.
Every football game, there's a tailgate before the actual game.
Yeah, like even like Niner games and stuff, Raider games. Like I feel like it's just tradition. So it's like that's just tradition. Like the thing to do before, and then you go to the game. It's like, oh, now we're at the game. Yeah. So you're kind of like rowdy before the game. So you're pumped up for the game.
Exactly.
But like if you just show up, gotta find parking, gotta get in. It's like you sit down. It's like ugh. Then you gotta sit in the sun. And it's like
The tailgate hypes you up.
Yeah. And then you can go in as a group.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. You kind of just celebrate going to the game before you get in there. So it kind of just makes it more of more of a student union thing.
We know he claims to have started the wave, but Lindsey Boyd sits down with Crazy George to go over his game day routine.
What was that? Yes, I'm Crazy George. I started San Jose State cheer in 1968. I love this team. You said it. Yes, I invented the wave. I don't claim it. I invented it. 1981, October 15th at the Oakland A's.
A lot of people, thought he was a little too much, but one of his favorite cheers was Goose, Goose, Duck, Duck. We got a team that likes to fight.
I was a teacher and I was pathetic. So they started paying me more than I was making teaching. I quit teaching in 1975. I've been cheerleading ever since. Water and a drum, that's all I need. Try to blank my mind out before the game, but I show up 3 hours early just to say hi to the alumni. I probably collapse. I work hard even though it doesn't look like I work. I pace myself these days. And I work the whole 2 hours, and sometimes it gets to me when I'm running up and down the stands.
I met him 35 years ago at a fan fest for the Oakland A's, and I took pictures with my sons, and since then we've been very good friends. We went to the Earthquake game, and he wouldn't leave at 10 o'clock because there were kids that wanted to meet him and get his picture taken. So he's one of the nicest celebrities ever.
I'm gonna go into the VIP booths first and say hi to all the VIP people. They always know me.
Everybody knows George.
That's all we have for you this week. Make sure to follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Spear SJSU.
And make sure to tune in next week for our special feature show. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.